Birds call to one another using the very powerful and very high-frequency sounds they produce. These sounds range from simple calls to amazingly long and complex songs. Some birds, however, make no sounds at all, such as pelicans, storks, and some vultures. The acoustically structured sounds that birds use among each other constitute a communication language. Bird songs, on the other hand, are generally longer and usually consist of a series of notes containing a tune. Birds' songs are usually heard in the spring, though bird calls can be heard all year round. These calls allow a simple message to be transmitted very quickly without much energy being expended. They also perform a number of functions. Birds use calls to communicate, sometimes in order to introduce offsprings to their parents, sometimes to keep the flock together, sometimes to report the presence of a food source somewhere, sometimes to warn the others of enemies, and sometimes to frighten enemies away. Bird songs are not just random notes. They are tunes produced for a specific purpose and bear a specific message. These tunes come in an extraordinary variety. Song is a much more complex process that the call birds use as a signal to one another. They are generally employed by males for purpose of show, for defending their territory, or for courting. It is even thought that songs have a social function. For example, pairs of birds communicate by way of song when nest building. Birds use the most appropriate technique for their habitat and objectives. The way that a bird knows which song to sing in which environment, and the meaning and purpose of the song it will sing, is not something that it can calculate for itself. It is only possible for creatures devoid of thought and judgment to display such intelligent behavior and such foresight by the inspiration of Allah. This is the only source of the conscious behavior they engage in and the abilities they possess. I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan, and he has made everything in the heavens and everything on the earth subservient to you. It is all from him. There are certainly signs in that for people who reflect.